Now, I know polling's only a snapshot and it's done in very different ways, but so, for example, was Trump motivated by distraction from the Epstein files to invade Iran?
I mean, I think the 52% presumably are mostly, almost overwhelmingly Democratic voters. But what I'm missing is a really strong, detailed conversation with the old policy elite, either the Republican foreign policy analysts or the professors or the soldiers, about questions like, how does the threat from Iran compare to the threat from Russia? Or secondly, the consequences. I mean, we maybe haven't in the podcast had the time to explain what's happening to economies like Egypt, Turkey, Pakistan, even quite advanced economies like South Korea, which are facing simultaneously energy crises, currency crises, serious problems with their financing.
Fertilizer, I read a piece in one of the economics magazines the other day saying that the rise in the cost of fertilizer could actually lead to a bigger economic shock even than the oil and gas. Is it because they're so locked into their own country, their own mindset? Trump's numbers on the economy are terrible.
Yes, I agree. Poor economic performance, but the direct impact of what's happening with the Israeli-US strikes on Hormuz on the US economy is much less than the impact on the rest of us. You think about it, if you're our friend Rachel Reeves, you are sitting there looking at the fact that your public finances are suddenly, in the last 4 weeks, have been thrown into a real mess. I think we've lost nearly 1% of GDP projection growth. Her fiscal headroom, her opportunity to spend on public services shrinking all the time. We're bearing the consequences. If we the consequences for Europe are less intense than elsewhere, but even if we look at Europe, really intense. The US are demanding to use our bases, our overflights, are criticizing us for not getting more deeply involved in this war, while our economies are suffering much more than the US economy, and then we're being humiliated. And imagine you're Qatar. You're looking at this thinking, I'm losing billions of dollars of revenue a day, or UAE, which is trying to put a brave face on it, but is very dependent on very over-optimistic ideas in UAE that somehow Trump is going to be able to guarantee the straits are reopened.
There was a report this week by a cross-party group of MPs and peers, which, as far as I saw, got zero coverage. Joint Committee on the National Security Strategy. And it was very, very interesting because it basically said, we have to face the fact that we may no longer be able to view the United States as a reliable security partner. And we have to prepare for a worst case scenario. And of course, I worry, given that you and I have both agreed for some time now that Trump is basically on Putin's side in relation to Ukraine. They maybe fear the idea that Europe is the only other power that could become a rival to the United States and China, which of course is what you and I would like to see. So that part of this maybe is deliberately weakening Europe.